welcome back to another video. So, a little update. 78.4 kilo on average last week, so that's 6.8 pounds up from stage weight, which is pretty decent. Obviously this stage and like after competition and stuff, it's so easy to just binge, like eat loads and loads of shite and gain a fuckload of weight and fat, which isn't ideal. Abs are going a wee bit softer, but condition's not too bad. Coach is happy as well, so yep. So plan of action for the day, we've got legs today. This is the second lower body session of the week, so it's at gym number 2 up in Flex unit, so only a 10-minute drive, so it's not too bad. Last night I almost fucking died, like scariest thing ever, right? Last night after training, came in, had food, went to bed, woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning with mad pains in my stomach, and I was thinking, what the fuck's that? Maybe I need the toilet. Went to the toilet, didn't need the toilet, so came back to bed and I was like, fuck, it got worse and worse and worse. So then I went to go to the toilet again, and then I basically fell in a flare because of how sore it was. So my chest and stomach was so sore. Said to Paige, right, you're gonna have to phone NHS 24. So we phoned the doctors, and I was like, it was getting worse and worse, and so I've got quite a high pain threshold, so I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Next minute I was like, fuck, I need to phone the ambulance, So we phoned the ambulance and said to them what was happening and shit, and shit, you know, I was like, this is me, I'm done, 23-year-old, this is me, I'm gonna die. I thought it was my appendix that were gonna burst, or a heart attack. Turns out it was a tiny bit of trapped wind, and I was like, trapped wind? That was fucking trapped wind, I'm not even joking. Like, I was a wee bit embarrassed that I had to get the paramedics out to tell me that, but they done loads of checks on my heart, my blood pressure, everything seemed to be fine. One thing she said, fucking hell, this is how to put a bodybuilder down, So she says to me, oh, you're fit and that, do you go to the gym? I was like, nah, I go to the gym. She was like, you take steroids and that? I was like, nah, I didn't take steroids. She was like, that's good because you're not that big compared to some other boys. I was like, what did you say? I'm not that big. So she basically said to me, I'm skinny as fuck, So I wasn't too chuffed at that, but at least my health was alright. But aye, when somebody says to you, oh, you're not that big, it's touched on the heartstrings. I basically had to tell her to go my flat, but it was all good, a bit of trapped wind. But one lesson learned from that was not to eat and then go straight to bed. I don't usually, so usually I would like eat like an hour before bed or even 2 hours before bed, pardon me, let my food digest, then go to bed. But because of the time and how late we were getting into the gym, had food, went straight to bed. So any of you that are eating big meals before going to bed, just be careful, So try and give yourself a couple of hours before bed, alright? But sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Time to hit up some legs. Solo leg day today. This is my second leg day of my program. Obviously I'm training pull, push, legs, rest, upper legs, rest. Alright, so this is the second day. This is at gym number 2. So flex unit, just a 10-minute drive, so it's not too far. Only thing about this leg day is obviously no use to some of the equipment, so no use to having a hack squat or a V squat. Also the belt squat as well that you'll see in the videos, that I think that's going to be a wee bit different. It's obviously going to be hard to find out what weight is like a working set and back off sets and stuff, but whatever I do this session I'll be able to know for next again week, So just having a pre-workout meal. My pre-workout meal never ever changes, so we've got 95 grams of rice, 130 grams of chicken, 125 grams of broccoli, in the dog bowl again. Pink Himalayan salt, low salt, and then some of you are going to hate me again for this, but tomato sauce, Tomato sauce, so like 15 grams of that, 50% less sugar and salt, tomato ketchup, and then also 30 grams of 85% dark chocolate, which is very nice, especially when you've got a sweet tooth. So I'm going to have this. My stomach's a wee bit sore still for last night, my chest is a wee bit sore, but got to crack on. The paramedic said, you're fine mate, you're healthy, so got to crack on. Plus she said that was small, so that's even more so that I need to get to the gym. So gonna have this, and then I'm gonna do a voiceover as well. I think I just had my tripod myself because I just had my tripod again because I was training myself, so I'm gonna just do a voiceover. I done it 2 videos ago, I'm sure it was, and I asked for feedback, and quite a lot of people said they preferred the voiceover as well. So I shall do that, and I'll catch you in the gym. What's happening, team? So little voiceover again, as I spoke about. So not before my leg days, but in both my leg days, we've got a leg extension or a hamstring curl before doing any sort of squat or heavy movement, right? So, loads of folk will treat a leg extension and a hamstring curl as like a warm-up exercise, right? So that's fine, and it does act as a warm-up, but treat it like a working set, Like, a lot of people you'll see use their isolation movements as like fluff work. They'll not treat it as a proper set. Like, you will grow a lot if you treat your leg extension and your hamstring curls just as much as you treat like a barbell squat or a Romanian deadlift, right? So make sure you put the same effort into every single movement in the gym and every single exercise. So starting here, just a few wee key points I would talk about is no fucking swinging, alright? Don't just think, because you can move a certain amount of weight that you're using your hamstrings, alright? Make sure you keep your hips pushed in towards the pad and keep your glutes on, right? So first thing I want you to do is when you're here, big deep breath, keep your core tight, squeeze your bum cheeks together and then drag your heels up as far as we can, right? And if you push your hips into the pad, you'll find that it's a lot harder than just swinging up and letting your bum and your back move everywhere, right? So nice and controlled, slow reps, squeeze as hard as possible and contract your hamstrings, alright? So, leg extension next, quad movement. I had done a couple of warm-up sets before doing this. This is my first working set and we managed a full stack. I'll put the reps and sets on the screen as well just so you get a rough idea. But the first thing you notice that I do here is I wrap my hands around the bars. Like, loads of folk will say to me, where do you hold on? And my bum keeps coming up. So make sure you grab the back of the pad and pull yourself down into the pad, alright? So I don't want to see nothing moving apart from your leg, alright? So just extending that leg up. So first thing is pulling your hips down, keeping your bum and lower back in against the pad, alright? And using your quad to lift up. So nice and controlled going up, squeezing your quad as hard as possible throughout the movement, all the way down to the bottom, alright? You see loads of folk doing half reps and kicking it up and stuff like that, so making sure driving it up, using your quads to pull you up, squeezing as hard as possible at the top, but then making sure on the way down we're not just falling down, alright? Control the weight on the eccentric phase as well, the lowering phase, and getting as much blood into the quads as possible. This should feel absolutely fucking horrendous, right? So, folk again will treat a leg extension just like a wee shit exercise that they chuck in on a leg day. Like, make sure you give 110% effort on your leg extensions just as you would anything else in the gym, alright? So, use your quads, no swinging. So, hack squat next, or V squat, whatever you want to call this one. This was one of the movements that I spoke about there, just trying to get used to it. So we've got 3 plates aside on here. It's not mega weight, but for me it was pretty heavy. We managed to get one set of 9 here, but then I thought it was too easy, so I thought I'd do my back off at the same weight. It turns out it was pretty heavy. Now when you're doing these kind of movements, like obviously bracing your core, so making sure you get nice and comfortable on the pad. Give yourself a second to realise what you're doing, alright? Not just falling down as well. So the first thing I want you to do is big deep breath at the top, as always. Brace your core. Now I used a belt here just because I just wanted to feel it. Like when I had done a couple of warm-up sets, I could feel it in my lower back a tiny bit. So I just chucked my belt on for my first heavy set just to see how it felt. But coming up now, taking your time on the lowering phase, alright? You see so many folk that'll just go down, they'll just bounce at the bottom. So the most important part of this movement is the lowering phase, alright? So big deep breath at the top, nice and controlled the way down, keeping the weight in your heels, alright? So driving through the heels constantly. Nice and deep as well, alright? Stop doing these fucking half reps, lads, or girls, whoever's watching this, right? So big breath at the top. Remember, it's not a race, alright? We're not doing sprints, we're not doing HIIT training. It's about trying to move as much weight as possible for the reps given, alright? So this should feel, again, absolutely horrendous, but it felt pretty good. I think it was 1 working set and a back off set we done for this one. So this was a total new movement for me, this belt squat. I've never used this belt squat in my entire life. Not too sure if I like it yet, to be honest. AJ's programmed it in, which is totally fine. I think we went a bit too heavy first. So again, any squat variation, just making sure your heels are planted there. Like, didn't drive up on your tiptoes. You can see a wee bit during this exercise. Let me just put the volume down. That you'll see that my hips will come forward, so I think that's just because it's too heavy for me, so I'll need to lower the weight next week. But nice and deep, again, working on depth, alright? So depth is such an important aspect of a squat, I think, personally. Now, not going too deep that your lower back's going to wink in and you're going to curve your lower back, but nice and controlled, driving through the heels, keeping the core braced as much as possible. And then you'll see here I start using my arms to pull up, so that's not I start using my arms to pull up here, which isn't ideal. So maybe lowering the weight a bit for myself. Obviously first time doing this, trying to get used to what weight to lift and stuff, but for next week I'll be lowering this weight and then using my legs more than my arms. I have glute hyperextension, so to be honest, being 6'1", I thought this was going to be an absolute nightmare of an exercise, but done it, felt absolutely perfect. The contractions you get in your glutes, your hamstrings, and then a bit lower back as well towards the end is absolutely incredible. So here, pardon me, making sure that your feet are nice and comfortable first, locking your legs out, just getting nice and secure. So what I done, I never done it with any weight, I just done it body weight, first time doing this, so body weight. Now, what we had done was I rounded my upper back. As you can see, I'm actually keeping it rounded this time, so no nice and straight, just rounding. When you're pulling up, use your hamstrings and your bum to come up and squeeze your glutes as hard as possible, right? At the bottom I'm fully relaxed, so here, big deep breath, up we go, contracting, squeezing your bum as hard as possible. Now, just try and reset at the bottom of every rep, alright? Then you start rushing it, just get your breath at the bottom, taking your time, up we come, squeeze, 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 all the way down as well, alright? So, constant tension in your hamstrings and glutes, you'll feel this an absolute killer. Towards the end I started feeling it in my lower back a bit. I'm guessing that's going to happen just by contracting so hard, but I think maybe I was coming up a little bit too high towards the end, and that was when my erectors and my lower back were kind of working a bit. But I've sent these videos over to AJ as well, so he'll give me feedback on how to go forward. If there's anything that he says I'm not doing correctly, I will let you know in the next video. Next we had a split squat variation on the Smith machine. We've got Bulgarian split squats with dumbbells on my lower leg day number 1, so these were just different, a little bit more assistance on the balance side of things. So if you're struggling with balance or anything like that, like loads of folk will say to me, Ben, that looks such a good exercise, but my balance is fucking horrendous, so getting a Smith machine is going to help your balance. You can keep your focus on your legs and that as well. What I might do next time is I might actually put a plate under my front leg, the reason being just so I can get more range of motion, because when I'm going down you can see that my knee's just about 90 degrees, but I think going a little bit deeper will be better, so with this, nice and controlled as well, big breaths at the top. So with a Smith machine squat or Bulgarian split squat, foot positioning is a big impact, like a big variable here on what we're working mostly. So here I just had my front leg, my shin nice and straight, 90 degree angle, my shin nice and straight, sorry. So again, driving through my heels. This is going to be quad focused, but if you're wanting it more quad focused, have a closer stance and then so your knees coming more over your toes, alright? But here for instance I was just going down nice and controlled. Keep the weight in your front leg, alright? So we're not trying to load it anywhere else. Front quad nice and controlled, driving up. Now try not to bounce too much at the bottom, alright? So nice and controlled coming down and driving up, nice and controlled through the front heel using your front quad, alright? So after these I had abductors, calves and then abs as well, but my memory card ran out so I couldn't get that filmed. But I hope you enjoyed this voiceover. Again, a little bit hard for me trying to get used to the equipment and stuff like that, but it's always a learning curve, and starting a new program or starting a new training mesocycle cycle, it's going to be different. So just trying to get used to it, not going in too much and being stupid with stuff, just going in and doing what you can and then progress on next week. So yep, that'll do us. Enjoy this video. If there's any questions on any of these movements, comment down below and let me know what you thought. Cardio done. Same as always, 25 minutes, level 10 Stairmaster, not holding on. The amount of people I walk in and see doing tricep dips on the Stairmaster is fucking stupid. So I get that people hold on for balance, which is fine, but then I do this and then hold your weight on your arms and make it easier. If it's too difficult, put the weight down, or not the weight, put the speed down and use your legs, mate. Stop fucking kidding yourself on and pretending you're burning 500 calories and posting it on your Instagram story saying, oh, I smashed the Stairmaster. Oh, come on, mate, I saw you. Stop it, stop it. So just gonna have my meal number 1. Usually I would have eggs in the morning, as you've seen in my last video, and the amount of people who tagged me on the Instagram story who tried the eggs with the Nando sauce and brown sauce, and everybody says, Well, I don't know why you done that, but it worked, Told yous. So we're having 80 grams, so I've no eggs left. So I'm gonna just swap my meals about. So I would have my porridge oats for my last meal, but because I've no eggs, I'm gonna have it for my breakfast this morning. So 80 grams of oats with 80 grams of whey protein. Now, one thing I would always say to you is, if you're like having whey protein, don't just class one scoop as 25 grams, because I can guarantee you it's no. So, pardon me. So make sure you weigh out your protein. Then I just go, oh, one scoop is 25 grams, because just date it, I bet it's no. Plan of action for the day. Sundays when I do all my client check-ins, so I've got a busy morning doing that. Then I'm going to Starbucks at 2 o'clock with my pals, because that's how exciting my weekends get with my pals, is we go for a coffee. Getting old, but not much apart from that. After legs yesterday we went for a meal, which was very, very nice. I've not been for a meal with Paige's family and I don't even know, about over a year. Just due to prep and due to dieting and stuff, I didn't usually go for a meal out. But AJ said to me, listen, go for a meal, enjoy yourself, don't eat like a fucking clown. And then, so we went for a meal and we got some steak, which is very, very nice. But I'm gonna have this, client check-ins, and then I'll catch up with you in a bit. So, just back from Starbucks, and then we came home to a nice delivery. So, Ben Prentice Fitness has now teamed up with Muscle Food. I've actually never used Muscle Food before, so before I start pretending to sell shit and say how good a company they are, I don't even know. I know a lot of people who use them, my pals, my clients, some family and that use them. I had stayed with my gran for ages, so we never had room in the freezer to buy stuff in Muscle Foods, but now that I've got my own place, we can. So I'm just going to do a bit of unboxing. I'll leave my link and discount code down below. If any of you use Muscle Food, then fire into that. But we'll get cracking, we'll see what kind of stuff they sent us out today. It just comes chilled. Clear. I stole the piss that. Ribena. Oh, it was fucking... I thought it was open there. So we've got 2 bottles of Ribena. 40 grams of carbs in a bottle of that. No thank you. Freezer bags, obviously you're not going to eat all of this in a winner unless you're an absolute fucking animal, but so you're going to have to put them in freezer bags and then put them individually into the freezer. Extra lean Cumberland sausages, 12 sausages, 2 beef burgers, free range grass fed beef, is it hack steaks, hatchet steaks, H-A-C-H-E, I didn't care what that fucking says it. Steak burgers basically, yeah. Sweet chili chicken burgers, more beef burgers, 2 rump steak, they look perfect. What the fuck is this? Boneless pork loin joint. I don't know if I've ever had that before. Different meats freak me out, man. I like just sticking with like chicken and mince and stuff. Pork, per 100 grams. Per 100 grams only got 2 grams of fat, so that's pretty good. With Chinese 5 spice. Freaks me out, the blood there. Barbecue chicken steaks. Lovely. Good timing this because the weather's been amazing around here. Fuck is that? Oh right. That must be to keep the box cold. It's just a fucking bag of ice. Aye, this must be like perfect timing. Okay, this is obviously perfect timing because it's so nice outside, so this is all barbecue food, 20 free range grass fed beef meatballs. These should be tasty. Fucking hell, what it look like? Bacon medallions. That's another thing, I talk about eggs a lot. See a bagel with bacon medallions, fried egg, brown sauce, more extra lean sausages, more beef burgers, holy shit, more bacon medallions, more sausages, southern fried diced chicken. That's food chicken, man. Class of chicken breast fillets without inner fillets fresh. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing this is just chicken breasts. 2.5 kilo of chicken breasts. That'll last a while. I've still got loads by the way, this is class. Fuck with the chicken breasts, mini fillets, different flavours of chicken, minced chicken, steak, burgers, things, beef steak burgers, sausages. So beef, bacon medallions and stuff as well, and then the rump steak. So basically, with my first order, I just asked them to give me like different things, because there's no point just getting loads of chicken, because then I can't tell you what foods I like and dislike. So I'll make sure within these videos, and if you've got me on Instagram, I'll post on my story more about the foods and if they're good or not. But if any of you use muscle food stuff, make sure to use my discount code. I'll leave a link in the description as well, along with my protein discount code. And I'm going to go make some food and see how these taste. But I shall catch up with you in a bit. So all that food just fits in the fridge in there. The date on them's quite good, so I'll have to put them in the freezer later. But I know I went through a lot of food there in that delivery box I got, but I just basically wanted to show you how much stuff you do actually get in these boxes. So they do like mad deals. I never even realised how much deals they do. You get like buy one hamper, get like 3 for free in that. So I didn't care how to make any money, but the quality of stuff looks really good. As I said, I'll keep you updated on stuff going forward and things like that. One more thing I was going to speak about before the end of the video was one thing that I've now implemented into my pre-bed sleep routine. So those who have watched my sleep video before, like, I go through everything that I do before having to buy supplements, because loads of folk will, if I put a picture on Instagram of my supplements, folk will be like, oh mate, I struggle with sleep, what supplements that? And kind of so much things you can do before buying supplements, better your sleep. So one thing I've started using, I used to use it ages ago and I don't know why I stopped, but the app called Headspace. Now when I mentioned that in my Instagram story, so many people use it, so it is meditating, but it actually helps me before bed. So say like half an hour before bed, take my supplements, do all my stuff a day with my cutting out food, water, all that kind of stuff. And then been using this app called Headspace, so that's helped my sleep so much better. My quality of sleep's better. I'm not waking up as much during the night. I'm falling asleep a lot faster as well. It's actually hard not to try and fall asleep when the boy's talking to you, because his voice is so calming. So I'm just going to end the video with that. Let me know if any of you use that Headspace app, or if anybody uses Muscle Food already. Again, I appreciate you if you use my code and stuff. But I hope you're enjoying the videos. I'm enjoying making them and stuff like that. I get quite a lot of messages saying keep it up and stuff, which makes me feel good. But I am enjoying it, and I hope you are too. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below anything you want to see or anything you want me to go over, and I'm sure I'll make that happen. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one, chaps.